Hi, I'm Arnold Shuchat of the Shuchat Group Sutton Westcoast Realty in Richmond, B.C, and I'm with Bill Zylmans of W&A Farms at 17771 Westminster Highway. And today we're just going to look at an operation that we probably pass by all the time and have no clue what he does all day, even though he's probably up at dawn. And I don't know do you sleep?
A little bit.
You sleep?
Yeah, usually, and that's why we have a tractor like this.
And this works, eh? It's not just, it works.
It works, but it's got air conditioning, so I can sleep and work at the same time.
How many miles per gallon?
We don't want to go there, because I believe John Deere and Chevron and Shell have gotten together. This tractor, that tank is, I don't want to talk about it, it's too big. It lasts for about 8 hours. It holds 200 liters.
And
Enough said.
Enough said. And listen, if you change the tires and put on some laterally grooved radials, you probably do better. What about the 0 to 60? How's that?
We're not going 60.
We're not going there. Okay.
We're not going there. But we've come a long way. I mean, we can at full bore across Richmond, and probably a lot of our viewers have seen me across Richmond.
All right.
I know the police have. We do about 40 clicks on a good day.
What would you be doing driving across Richmond?
Well, to our other properties that we farm.
Ah, okay.
Because I farm in Steveston, I farm on 5 Road, I used to farm on Sidaway, and then we have a big group of land out here.
Do you farm anybody else's acreage?
Oh, lots of.
Right, so it's not just all yours.
No. We don't own not even a quarter of what I farm.
But you own about 300 on this one.
We farm around 300 acres
Okay.
here. We only own about 60 acres. My mom and dad were small direct marketing farmers, a little bit of cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, cucumbers, all of that. I just took that to the next level and says, Dad, we go bigger, we go home. And so I did. I got in a runaway truck and just kept increasing acres and renting more land and doing more and carrying on and getting more and more equipment, bigger trucks, bigger tractors, bigger equipment, more employees, more buildings to store. It just
How
kept
many people
going.
are in the operation now? How many people are on payroll?
We have 5 full-time employees, and we bring in contract labor at there's certain times of the year to pick and harvest and do.
Okay, 40 years later, I'm just guessing. What's your favorite part about farming?
The favorite part about farming in Richmond is the people.
Really? So tell me
We
how
have
that is.
made so many relationships with other people that are around, have been our customers for generations.
Wow.
And we've seen the seniors bring the yuppies coming with their grandparents and their grandchildren, and we've had multiple generations of people that have come. I started doing the pumpkin patch in the mid-70s before anybody even thought of direct marketing or agritourism. And now I have those people back with their grandkids that are coming here.
Is pumpkins only Halloween, or is it just a one-day market? It
Halloween,
seems like a lot of work for one day.
It is. It's a North American tradition. We've added quite a bit to the whole Halloween component, the festive season. Today you see it, lots of decorativeness. All of October becomes like Oktoberfest. Pumpkins, squashes. People put displays in front of their homes. It's not just about carving that pumpkin for that 4 hours and dishing out candy.
It's just a thing, a festivity, right?
Exactly. It's a harvest atmosphere. It's primarily the end of the summer. And so, yeah, it's an agricultural tradition.
Do you worry a lot about climate, or are we pretty predictable? If you're a farmer in the Midwest and you've got droughts, how's it here?
Climate has changed. Anyone who doesn't believe in that, I'm sorry, you missed the boat. It has changed.
Climate as opposed to weather.
Yeah,
right?
But both. The weather is very different today than it was in the 70s when I got started. We had we had huge, beautiful falls that lasted into November that were predictable. We could harvest until the latter part of October, many, many, many years without any problems. Today, our winter starts with the rainy period, the first week of October. And our springs, we used to plant end of March, did most of the planting in April. Today, I start the last week of April and move in.
So your whole season's shorter.
So my whole season is shortened. So that's made farming a little bit more challenging.
Can you change crops at all in order to take advantage of different weather systems?
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've had to take on varieties of potatoes, for instance, that have a shorter maturity date. pumpkins that we can have that are going to be dealing with weather that's a little shorter duration. So all of our crops have had to adjust to the climate, to the weather. Exactly.
So we got potatoes, we have strawberries.
Well, strawberries is huge for us. It has been for generations.
And those are
here.
the sweet ones that you only get a certain time of year that people
Exactly.
wonder where you get them, right?
We mark our hat and park on the fact that we do the June-bearing strawberries. Those are the flavorful ones.
We're June 2nd. Am I early today?
A little bit. We're going to start on the weekend or maybe just after the weekend. It's a good season, but the soils is very important. And Richmond has phenomenal soils.
So
we
I
have
also saw-
quality land out here.
I saw a sign in there, something about Angus beef, or was it beef or
Yep.
something? What's that about?
Well, I have a herd of purebred black Angus cattle.
Okay.
I used to sell bulls and females all across the prairies, and now it's become more of a cow-calf operation, and we've changed to direct marketing, and we have the frozen beef available at our stand, homegrown, natural, no hormones, no
Is
medication.
this grass-fed beef?
It's grass, and we like to
Finish
finish it off with just a little bit of grain,
does
but
that
it's
do?
all from the farm. Nothing is brought on the farm to feed to our livestock. The animals are born here, they live their life here on all the vegetables that are grown on the farm in Richmond and the grains, and then they're off and come back.
But they pasture feed, or do
They pasture here on land that I farm in Richmond here.
Tell everybody what that is. That's significant, because that is a huge difference for what the nutrition is, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so pasture feeding versus feedlots is big time.
It's huge.
And
And it's natural. I mean, I have fields as part of my rotation on the big farm.
Sure.
So, where they graze on the grasses that we've planted down a few years prior, and then we will
you move them around.
move them around. We will turn up the soils and put other crops on there. So the manure aspect gets reused on the land, in the soil, so everything is at home.
That's not a small thing, because some of the farming practices are just eroding the soil, right, the topsoil. And this practice here of moving things around is sustainable, gets a better product. The carbon sequestration is huge when you move cattle around, because the grass grows, and they've actually done mapping on that to show how much carbon comes off and how much oxygen is produced from doing it properly. So you're there. Cool.
And it's all in-house. It's all here on the farm. So as you had indicated earlier, people have driven by on Westminster Highway for years, where we only have a small front showing on the road, but there's a lot of activity going on this
I can
farm
imagine.
at all
I'm already
times.
taking up. I probably took about 2 bushels of strawberries out of your production today talking to you.
Yeah.
But can I order online?
No. And that's probably our dilemma at this point. As you can see, I'm not 21. And moving into the whole computer generation is huge.
Bill, summer students, the government probably pays for it. They'll do your social media. It's cheap as anything. They're dying for co-ops and stuff like that. They're dying.
Send some my way. Send some my way.
I'll actually give that some thought, because
my kids are doing quite a bit for me, as they're into this era. I thought I died and gone to heaven when I finally got an iPhone and I could utilize it. I'm from the old generation, and my tractors now, I have to be cautious because they're all computerized, and there's a lot of screens and buttons, and it's like, whoa, I came from the day of jamming gears.
Can we actually see what a new tractor looks like inside?
Well, a newer one, sure.
Yeah, no, hold on. I'm gonna. Let's do that. Let's take a look. All right, Bill, you're gonna show us what's going on in this highfalutin John Deere tractor. I'm sure it's just forward, reverse, and push and faster, isn't it?
You would think so, but not quite so simple.
So what do we got here?
So the steering wheel is hydraulic.
Okay.
So it'll come to wherever you want it to come.
Right.
Or it'll disappear.
It's a little bit more leeway than your typical car one that moves about an inch.
We've got the old. Okay,
got your flasher.
there is a forward and a reverse button here.
Okay.
But there's more to that.
Okay.
There's a series of 7 gears that has a backup of another 4 gears in each one. So
do you have to shift gears like a manual in this when you're driving?
This particular one, yes. And some of it is just push button, up and down gears.
Right. Do you have to move that shifter at all?
But this shifter will go through a series of 6 locations.
So if I want to get on the road and start to drive, do I have
you'll
to go?
start there, just like your standard old car.
Without clutch, you have to clutch it?
Yeah, you do.
So you got a clutch on the floor right there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you'll go through, and then if you want to go even faster or slower in each gear, there's a series of buttons that you can just do on the fly.
What does one of these things cost?
You can figure on $1,000 a horsepower.
And what are we talking about?
So this one here is 120 horsepower.
120 pounds.
You can do the math. A lot of the tractors
You got a
today.
sunroof too, then.
Oh yeah, we got sunroof. We've got, we even got. We can open up the hatch. Like that tells you that.
Wrapping it up here. This isn't just a farm. This is a farm that produces local food and sells locally. Is a lot of this exported? Anything exported to other provinces or anything?
Well, my seed potatoes are
Seed.
exported, and that's been my name to fame across Canada and the United States. But the vegetables and berries that are grown on this farm are directly to the consumers.
They're organic?
They're as close to organic as we can get because we still use a granular fertilizer. The strawberries have no chemicals on them. And so we can't avoid some of the needs, the additives that I need in a granular fertilizer that we incorporate into the soil. But there's absolutely no chemicals put on the plants.
But think about this. We're buying food from all over the place, from Mexico, Guatemala, and melons. And we got Bill here right in Richmond, organic meat, locally grown strawberries, which are way sweeter than what the Americans bring up, right?
Exactly.
And without all the plastic too.
Oh yeah.
Like the amount of plastic that we buy for it. So if you want to do something for sustainable agriculture, support local. That's what we do here.
Exactly. And the Richmond farming community is second to none. You know, it doesn't matter, and I've always been one of comrades and colleagues, is that whether you're buying from me or someone else in Richmond, if it's grown here, you're supporting the local people in your own community. And I've been born and raised in Richmond, and Richmond has been a phenomenal place to be and still is. And my parents came here in 1948 to an uncle, and he says, this is the place. They arrived in Steveston.
He beat me.
And I'm still here today.
For the Shuchat Group, Sutton Westcoast Realty, and for W&A Farms, for Bill Zylmans, I'm Arnold Shuchat. Shop local. Have a great day.